Well, good afternoon, good Thursday to you, my dragon family. Here we are, we're going live just like we do every Thursday and For the Love of Dragons. My name is Araya Anra and I am an energy healer, psychic medium. Many people know me as the Dragon Lady. And today we had some good questions posted in the last week. A couple people experiencing things. One woman shared she felt like she had an experience where she actually birthed a baby dragon. That all of a sudden she felt this baby dragon in her womb or abdomen space and felt it birth and come out and be free. And then another had baby dragons coming through her heart space. Hi Suzanne. Dragons in her heart space coming in and moving around, or actually coming out of her heart space, flying around and then coming back in. And they were curious, you know, like, am I crazy? Am I alone? What is that about? And so I thought, you know, that is a great topic for this week. Hi, Nikki. And everything is possible in my world. And I know that I've experienced similar things, so I'll share my experiences first. Years ago when I was in Glastonbury in the UK writing the Dragon book, and having all that information come through, I was guided to go to some different places, and one of them was West Kennet Longbarrow, and I believe, if I recall correctly, it's outside Avebury, where I was part of the Samhain festival all night. And going in there, I was led to do mantras and sound, and all of a sudden felt it was just all very guided, very intuitive. And as I finished and opened my arms like this, I all of a sudden felt this portal open in front of me, and thousands, literally thousands of dragons go right through my chest and out. And the message came that they were all free now. That these were dragons that had been in hiding in the etheric realms, in the earth, and it was free. They were free to not only fly, but safe to fly now, because of where humanity is at in their journey, and that they're ready to do their work and their piece and go find who they are supposed to be guides for and go do their own dharmic purpose. You know, we have our own purpose, so do the dragons in their soul's journey. And hi, Tien Marie. And so that was the first one. Another one was down in Peru, very similar, where sitting actually in Machu Picchu. Didn't realize this until I was down there, and it was on my list to get to for, I want to say 10 or 15, probably about 15 years. It was in the back of my heart of someday I'm going to Machu Picchu. I know I'm driven and I'll know when to go. And it came up. I went last year. It was all very divinely timed, and there was a big piece for me to go and activate within myself while I was there in Machu Picchu. And interestingly, it was right before Machu Picchu's all the regulations changed, so I could actually sit and enjoy being there and having time to sit in one place and reflect, and I could go back and visit other places. I know it's all changed now, so I was very blessed that my guides said go now, get there by June, and everything changed July 1, and I didn't even know that till I got down there. Anyway, so I had this experience sitting in meditation, realizing that the entire mountain under Machu Picchu was full of dragons, like literally thousands and thousands. This huge, like, dragon nest, sort of like you see in the How to Train Your Dragon movies, where they've got this mountain full of dragons, quite literally like that. And went through another series of activation and feeling the portal open, so that they too were free to go about the world, go about all the dimensions, and do what they're supposed to be doing. And so I feel like what's happening for people, all these things are possible. You might be drawn or driven, because there's so many ley lines and places that need activated. If you feel drawn or called and you have something in your hometown or where you're traveling that you just feel these things coming through, hi Lori, follow through on it. Because even if it's, you know, if you imagine the ley lines and grids that hold this planet together, it's like a giant spider web, right? It's like cobwebs thick. So there's major ones that maybe some of those that are more connected or have a different role to play, like myself, are responsible for going and doing. But all those smaller ones, there's thousands. And so everybody doing their piece is what's going to make it happen. And that's where I see that everybody's out there doing activations and waking up grid lines or ley lines or whatever they work with. They're all valid, because everybody has a piece, and everybody's energetic is slightly different. So they might be opening it from a priestess path or an angelic path, or maybe the dragon path, and they're all the energetics that are being held, and all of them are important. So with that said, these people that are having experiences of baby dragons, do you know there's also people having experiences of dragon eggs, either showing up on their property, like physically finding rocks that are round that feel like an egg of some kind, but more importantly, energetically, where people are experiencing having them come into their heart space, or even these physical rocks, like having that sit. And I just found this out from someone in the book club, where they've seen people having rocks where they sit and they hold it on their heart for like 3 months, where they actually spend time with it daily for 3 months, and then all of a sudden it births and it's a baby dragon. So there are energies coming into the world. We do have ways to affect them, and those I feel that come into like when you're experiencing it in your womb space, that everybody has their different role, and there are nurses, there are sort of like in our human body form, there's nursemaids, there's nannies, there's caregivers and caretakers in creches or daycares, right? So there's going to be that with the dragon keepers and the dragon hearts. For those that are feeling that, I would venture to say that you are probably a dragon heart or a dragon keeper, and that you in some way are one that can be that nursery space or that caretaker space for those baby dragons to come in and actually get full grown, to get to the place where they need to be for their next training, let's say it that way. And if you're having something in your womb space, it could be your own experience of actually maybe passing on the torch. And this is just coming through intuitively, that as we move forward, there are those of us who have been holding energy for this planet for millions of years. Some of those that are out there that are part of the original matrix of this universe being created, the dragons and the geometries that they're holding, they're ready to pass the torch. And as the new earth shifts, as we shift into the higher octaves and dimensions, and those spaces need to be still held, I feel like there's going to be a passing of the guard of some of those roles, and that's where these baby dragons are coming into play, of being birthed into this realm, because they have to come into this realm in some way. So having them be birthed in this realm, having them be birthed through a human heart, that's actually a really beautiful aspect. But I think that it's more than a human heart, it's a dragon heart and human heart that are merged. And so those of you that experience that through the heart, I would encourage you to do some deep work with the dragons to get to where you feel your dragon aspect itself. Maybe even consider the Dragon Heart program next year to get you aligned with your highest aspect as human, so that those birthing through you, that obviously that was your task to bring, and it might be passing to the guard as you wake up to your truest self and move forward into volunteering in a different space in this universe or another, of where your next journey is going to be. But that there is an energy around this of that passing of the guard, of moving forward into higher vibrations and octaves, and those babies are bringing that new in, and they're actually being birthed in. We're in quite a new frequency on the planet already, and so that they're coming through and being birthed, hi Inger, in this time and space, that they're already starting at it. You know, the dragons coming through start in a different frequency realm, but if they're being birthed in this plane, they're here for the long term. They're going to be doing some major work down the road. So just honor that. Know that if you can help them along their journey, or just be housing for them for a while, that how divinely perfect and how great and playful that you can sit and play with them when they're there, and just have that experience, because they do wake up so much joy and so much love through your being. And you know, maybe they're just coming through also to wake that up in you, to give you that piece of joy or that purpose, or help you see what your truest purpose is. Maybe that is one of your purposes. That's huge. That's a huge service for the planet and humanity as we move forward. And it can be as simple as that. You know, not everybody is an energy worker, not everybody is a healer. Some people are architects or garbage men, or all the things that happen in our daily world that we need. And others that do that, that doesn't mean they don't have an energetic service aspect as well. And maybe their energetic service is birthing dragons. We never know until we tune in and really connect to our heart and see what is our purpose. What are our guides trying to show us? What's showing up in our inner world as we awaken and open those intuitive aspects? So I hope that brought some clarity to those in the group that asked those questions. Thanks so much for being on the call today, and For those of you listening and playing on the playback, I do dragon readings, 20-minute dragon readings. I do full 75-minute sessions to help people move through stuff, integrate dragon stuff, or even without dragons, if they're not ready for the dragons to come in, helping them shift things in their life to open into more of their internal intuitive capacities, and expand those into longer programs and group programs. So we just had our last book club meeting today of the previous round. Week 6 was today. It was an amazing group of people, and I so look forward to the next one. We'll see what comes together probably in the fall. But if you're interested in book club, I know that it's way more than a book club, as everyone says that's in it. It's some of the people actually hadn't even read the book, which is quite funny, or done much of the work in it. But incredible discussions, great meditations, and that usually fills up fairly quickly. So if you know that you're interested in it, let me know so that I can keep you on the notification list to be notified first for the next round. So have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. I'm so grateful for my community and family here. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. And I apologize if anybody scrolled up and I missed you coming online. I didn't say hello. It's not my intention to leave you out. So wishing you well. It's beautiful summer weather. Finally, look at this garden. I'm enjoying my beautiful flowers. And I hope you guys are too. We'll see you next week. Bye.